Hello dear viewers, a very warm welcome to our channel. In this video we are going to see how to tell if you have a clogged or dirty air filter. The air filter is designed to allow clean air into the engine, and therefore the air cleaner is your first vehicle line of defense by preventing airborne contaminants such as debris, dust and dirt. Over time, the engine air filter can become dirty and lose its capacity of filtering the air going into the engine. If your air filter becomes clogged with dirt and debris, it can have a profound effect on the performance of your car engines. There are different types of air filters. Some of them are made from a paper cartridge, like this for example. This is made from a paper filter element. Some of them are made from a wire mesh. This is a wire mesh element that is going to filter the incoming air. Let's have a look at some of the symptoms that a dirty air fuel filter exhibits. 1. If you look at the air filter, it appears dirty. Performing a visual inspection is an easy way to know if your air filter needs to be changed. One of the easiest symptoms to recognize is the appearance of the air filter itself. Brand new filters usually appear nearly white. Over time, contaminants in the air will turn it into brown or black color. So a visual inspection can be your first confirmation of a bad air filter. Always examine your filter under adequate light. If it appears contaminated with dirt, dust and debris, it could be time to clean it out. 2. Hard start. With a severely clogged air filter, fresh air entrance will be highly restricted, leading to difficulty starting your vehicle. The engine may refuse to start or require multiple cranking attempts to start. This happens typically due to lack of power. When the engine computer registers low air volume coming into the cylinder, it proportionately reduces the amount of fuel. Such a restriction prevents the rich air-fuel mixture required during startup. The engine might not get actual power it needs to turn over. So hard start is another symptom of a clogged or dirty air filter. 3. Smell of gasoline, especially during startup. Strong gasoline smell is another sign of very dirty air filter. If there isn't enough oxygen admitted into the cylinder when you start the car, the excess unburned fuel exits the car through the tailpipe. Instead of seeing smoke or flames coming out of the exhaust pipe, you will smell fresh gasoline. This is a clear indication that it is time to replace the air filter. 4. Reduced performance. At its worst, a bad air filter can create sluggish driving performance in modern car. If you have a clogged air filter, one of the symptoms you would experience is reduced engine performance. It is one of the telltale signs that restriction in airflow forces the entire engine to run low on power in order to maintain a stoichiometric fuel ratio. You may try to floor the throttle, but you will not be able to get the proper response as the engine is quite literally choked. So, does your car respond normally when you press the accelerator pedal, or is it slow in responding? Is it sluggish? If it is slow and sluggish, there is a good chance that dirty air filter is preventing your engine from receiving the clean air it needs to perform optimally. 5. Reduced gas mileage or reduced fuel economy. Decreasing fuel economy is a clear sign of bad or dirty air filter. A clean air filter keeps the air flowing and keeps your fuel economy right where it should be. Bad or dirty air filter restricts airflow, lowering the oxygen in the mixture. Then your engine compensates for this by consuming more fuel to produce enough power to move the same distance or speed as you could with the clean air. Always remember that a dirty air filter can cause reduced oxygen flow. The vehicle must make up for this by burning more fuel in order to compensate. This will increase the fuel consumption. Reduction in your mile per gallon is often a clear sign that you may need air filter replacement. 6. Jerky acceleration. If your car jerks when accelerating or responds slower than normal, chances that it is not getting enough air it needs to function at peak performance. Upon depressing the accelerator, the engine is required to suck in more air to burn the fuel being injected. But when the air filter does not allow enough or constant airflow, it may cause the engine to struggle when speeding up. Sometimes the air filter may pass in enough air, other times it may fail to supply air proportionate to the fuel, making for rough and bumpy ride. If it seems like your vehicle is slow to respond when you depress the accelerator pedal, it can be an indication that your engine is not getting enough clean air. Dirty filter reduces the amount of clean air that is admitted into the engine, decreasing its power and performance. Replacing the air filter or cleaning it can improve acceleration of your engine. 7. Misfiring. Another symptom of a dirty air filter on older cars is engine misfire. It is again due to disturbed fuel ratio. Does your car have hard time starting? Do you have to make multiple attempts to rev up the engine and get it going? If your car has trouble turning over, it could have a low air-fuel ratio. Restricted air supply from dirty air filter results in unburned fuel exiting the engine, and lots of soot accumulates on the spark plug, which in turn cannot deliver the necessary spark to combust the air-fuel mixture. You will notice the engine does not start up easily, and sometimes it starts to misfire or jerk roughly. When the air-fuel ratio is not correct, when there is too much fuel inside the engine, it can cause engine flooding and spark plug pollution. This can result in misfire or trouble starting or trouble running smoothly. If you have got rough idle or reluctant start, the air filter is the first place you should check. 8. Dark black smoke or soot coming out of the exhaust. Inadequate air into the engine as a result of bad air filter can cause incomplete burning of the fuel. The unburned fuel leaves the engine through the exhaust. When the unburned fuel is forced to be processed in the exhaust, you would notice a distinct black or grayish smoke coming from the tailpipe, accompanied by a smell of unburned fuel. In rare instances, you may even notice some flames shooting out of your tailpipe. These flames are due to the unburned fuel burning from the heat in the exhaust system. When oxygen struggles to reach the engine, fuel may not be burning off at an adequate rate. This can result in some of the fuel leaking through the fuel system out of your exhaust pipe. You may also hear popping sounds as a superheated fuel is expelled through the exhaust system. This issue wastes fuel and can be very dangerous to your vehicle and to the environment. Make sure to check into any unusual exhaust emission. Please remember that the soot from the improper combustion will collect over the electrodes of the spark plug and it can cause them to fold. 9. Reduction in horsepower. If your acceleration seems sluggish, your horsepower could be suffering from oxygen deprivation. Horsepower in a vehicle is completely dependent on how well the engine is functioning. If your car has bad air filter, not enough air is getting into the engine, it is not going to be running as efficient as it should. If your car does not respond adequately, this could indicate that your engine is not receiving the amount of air that it requires. That will lead to reduction in horsepower. If it seems like your car seems slower and a bit sluggish, checking the condition of your air filter should be the first step. 10. Check engine light coming on. A dirty air filter is one of the things that can cause your check engine light to come on. An inadequate supply of air can result in carbon deposits accumulated in the engine, which will eventually trigger the check engine light. If the light comes on, check your air filter to see if it needs replacing before you run other diagnostics. Your check engine light can illuminate for many reasons, one of which is deposit in the engine. When impurities get inside, it can cause a build-up over time that triggers the service light once it starts having an impact on engine performance. So, if your check engine light comes on, you should have it read right away to identify the culprit. Read your service code and determine if it is related to air intake issues. So dear viewers, those are some of the symptoms that indicates the air filter is getting dirty or getting clogged. When you notice any of the above mentioned dirty air filter symptoms, don't worry, it is an easy and relatively inexpensive fix. As long as you keep your filter clean and maintained, you will prevent some of these easily avoidable issues and extend the life of your vehicle. Well, dear viewers, that is all we have for you on this video. If you enjoyed what has been presented, please smash the like button. If you are new here, do consider subscribing and turn on notifications so that you will be the first to get notified whenever we come up with another video. Until then, stay safe.